We're talking once again with Tom Chadzuko, the superintendent of schools for the diocese, and also Sister Angela Gannon, who heads up education, is the Secretary of Catholic Education for the Brooklyn Diocese as well. Thank you both for being here once again on Currents.
Thank you.
Great.
Talking today a little bit about the new academies that we're seeing. People, of course, seeing those pop up all around. Wanted to talk a little bit more about what the academies are, and kind of if the diocese is moving in that direction toward the more academy model instead of the, I guess, the parish-affiliated schools. Tom?
Well, the academy model, the academies are still Catholic elementary schools.
Sure.
We are still dedicated to the Catholicity, providing quality Catholic education. And when we look at the academy model, it is different in the fact of the two-tier governance model. And people hear that often or read about it in the tablet. And what we have done with the two-tier governance model, specifically at the level of the board of directors, is to engage lay leadership in the running of our schools. Because in the model of a parish, the pastor and the principal work very well together, and that continues in many of our schools. In the academy model, it is now the board of directors overseeing and working collaboratively with the principal.
And that's like what you see with a lot of nonprofit organizations. I mean, you have the, it's how nonprofit organizations are structured generally, is you have that board of directors working with the leadership in the school.
That is correct. And I think as we see this leadership working with the school, we have the opportunity to identify additional resources. You know, the pastor and the principal work diligently, they work hard, and we need to always look for new resources. So having a person around the table with expertise in marketing, as Sister mentioned, that is critical because you have to get the good word out about the school, about the academy. Having a person with expertise in either grant writing, that's a new direction that we need to look for our schools because we need to avail ourselves to those resources. And then obviously the financial piece is critical.
Absolutely. I mean, you can't have anything you know, going without the dollars coming in. You know.
Exactly.
Now, who exactly? Who makes up the board of directors? Who chooses the board of directors? How does that process kind of work?
In the structure, the members, which are generally the host pastor and other people, Bishop Caggiano as the Vicar General serves as a member, and myself as the superintendent. We are the members. And we ask the pastor generally to identify key people who he thinks would be appropriate directors. We ask them to submit a resume, we discuss and look at their qualifications and make sure that we have what we call a well-rounded board. We want to have representation in finance, education, marketing, all of the key components. And in some places, we have worked with the academies to fill that void, if there were such a void, through the office of the superintendent. There are many people who are willing to give back to Catholic education and want to be involved in our schools, and we have been able to recruit and cultivate those people as additional directors to our schools.
Right. Now, you were talking, as we were talking before we sat down for the interview here, that we're kind of in a time of transition toward that. I mean, are all the schools in the diocese eventually going to become academies?
By 2013, as Preserving the Vision was rolled out last year, that is the vision. This year, we will continue to develop the 12 academies that were established. We will continue to provide the resources necessary to ensure the stability of the academies, and also as we identify this as a learning process. Because there are things that we will tweak along the way, there are changes that will be made, because it's a process of transition. So setting 2013 as the end date allows us for over the next 3 to 4 years to continue to cultivate the boards.
Sure, sure. As far as parental involvement in all of this, I mean, have the parents really been involved during this time of transition?
Our goal is to continue to involve. We need to continue to develop resources to make sure. We're asking that in the academy model that there be an active homeschool association so the parents can be involved. In the formation of the subcommittees, we ask that parents be involved, that there be a voice. We just met last night at St. John's University, and that was a key piece of the discussion of keeping parents who have their children in our schools knowledgeable of what is happening and making sure that they have a vital role in the formation of the academies.
Well, very good. Now, as far as affordability, as far as the money, because we were talking a little bit earlier, you can't really have much going without the money aspect. As far as affordability for people, how do academies differ from traditional schools? Is there more of a cost benefit there for people?
If we look at the cost of tuition, there is really no change between an elementary school and an academy.
Right.
People think that they hear the word academy, that the cost of tuition is going to go up. That is really the contrary. The tuitions have remained relatively the same. And as I indicated, there are a couple of the academies where new sources of funding have come in. One of the things is the alumni, people who want to give back.
Sure.
So the tuition are comparable. There's not much change, if any, with regard to the parish tuition and the academy tuition.
Okay, well, very good. Thank you so much both for joining us today on Currents. We appreciate your time.
Great, thank you.
Thank you.